What is going on, Warriors of Tamaris? Welcome to another juicy hero guide in Call of Dragons. This episode is going to show you the guide for the brand new hero known as FALGRIM. This is the first archer hero to have a hero skill talent tree. Things are about to change. Today I'm going to show you a bunch of different tips and tricks on how you can get the best value out of this brand new archer. If you're new here, subscribe for more content, like the video, share it with your friends, drop some comments down below. Let's get right into it. Alright, Warriors of Tamaris, brand new season, brand new archer heroes. The game developers have finally delivered this time. They have given us a brand new archer hero with the skill talent tree, something we have never seen before. These archers are going to be melting so many mages in the open field. We also have Sibyl, who is an archer you can find from the Strongest Lord event. In my own opinion, I feel like Sibyl is the strongest hero in the game right now in terms of DPS. Now, some of you might disagree right now, but I'm going to explain that in a little bit. Now, Sibyl, you can get her from the Strongest Lord, as you can see here. It is currently going on in our server. We are about to enter the brand new KVK. As you can see here, I am in position number 20. I want to unlock Sibyl from here. I don't want to spend on the Wheel of Destiny. If I end up in the top 25, I'm going to unlock this hero and don't have to suffer on the Wheel of Destiny. So first of all, we're going to start the video by determining whether you should invest in these brand new archers or not. And so right now, Margaret and Zeta are still the strongest archers in the game. And I think that is going to be the case, even with these brand new heroes. However, there are a few things that you need to consider. Margaret is excellent at doing damage within a short amount of time, which is exactly what you need for your archers when you're fighting your enemies. Now, when it comes to 1v1 fight, for long duration, these brand new archers are going to be the best for that situation. So me personally, I'm going to invest because they are going to be the ones to destroy Margaret and Zeta in a long fight. As you guys know, in the brand new season, there is a new skill that can allow you to fight someone in a 1v1 situation. Like you can pick a specific march, take them to a different location, fight in a 1v1. And these archers are going to be destroying so many people with that new skill. A few days ago, I was in a test server. We managed to test out these brand new archers at maxed out level. And in my opinion, I still think Sibyl is the strongest one. Do not underestimate this Sibyl because she has the highest rate skill damage in the entire game right now on a single target. Her first skill allows her to do 550 damage and then she gets another 100 from here. So that is almost additional 300 skill damage because you do 650 3 times. So in total, her rate skill does like 1950 damage. It is the highest we have seen in the game. On top of that, she has another hero skill damage bonus of 15% and a 10% defense break plus a 40% physical attack. So this hero is going to be something else. Now, let's get back to FALGRIM. It's time to check out the skills for FALGRIM in Call of Dragons. This hero, I believe, is 90% universal for the physical troop type. You can use him with your cavalry and infantry as well. We're gonna see why. So skill number 1, it allows you to do 1300 skill damage factor to the main target. And then if there is someone behind the main target, you're going to do another 300 skill damage factor. But here is where things get interesting. If you're fighting only one person, you're going to do 1300 hero skill damage factor. And then you're going to do another additional 300 hero skill damage factor. That's going to be boosted by another 50%. So in theory, this could be 450 hero skill damage factor to the same target if you're fighting one person. So if it's one person, you hit with 1300 and then you hit another 300. That is boosted by 50%. But if you have someone behind the target that you're hitting, you're going to hit that target for 1300 and then the person behind is going to take another 300 damage. So this is how it works. Moving on to skill number 2, Criminal Underworld. While in the field, the Legion gains 15% defense and 10% march speed bonus when public punishment deals damage. It also inflicts slow march speed minus 20% for 3 seconds. So let's pause here for a second and talk about this skill. If you read properly, this skill is not restricted to archers, which means you can use it with anyone in the game. And that's the beauty of this skill. Another good thing is we have a debuff here that is embedded in the rage skill. So what does it mean? It means you can pair this guy with Theodore and get a coup de grace stack. You can get a stack from here and give Theodore more damage. So that's one cool thing about this new archer. So if you're going to be going with a low investment, you should go 5, 5, and then 1, 1. And you're good to go. So this is something I would recommend for like everyone. Get the hero to 5, 5, then 1, 1, and you're good to go. When it comes to skill number 3, known as the professional principles, it is limited to marksman only. Legion marksman units gain 10% physical attack. They gain 25% physical attack and take 10% less normal attack damage. Guys, this is another fantastic skill to have. You know how many normal attacks you take in the open field? And reducing that by 10% is a big deal. So this is a major win here. And then when we go to skill number 4, known as Contract Killer. Each time a hero skill inflicts a debuff effect in battle, the Legion deals 6% more damage from normal attacks and 20% more damage from penetrating bolt. You have 3 stacks, which means you can go 6 times 3. You can push this to 18% more normal attack damage in the open field against your enemies, I think for 10 seconds. So this is another great skill. Now we have a hero with a good combination of hero skill damage and normal attack damage. We haven't seen anything like this before. And when we finally go to the awakening known as No More Talk, when Fulgrim's Legion launches a normal attack, it deals 20% more hero skill damage until the next time Fulgrim casts a rage skill. This effect can trigger once every 8 seconds. So every time you enter battle, you're gonna trigger this skill and give yourself 20% hero skill damage boost, which is great. Overall, this is a fantastic hero that I recommend for everyone. He could substitute in as a cavalry hero for your lineup. And you also get a 10% march speed, which is universal, and a hero rage skill debuff, which can work well with the Berserk Frederick as well. Therefore, he is a major win for everyone. Up next, we're gonna have a look at some pairings that you can use with this brand new Fulgrim in the Call of Dragons. The number 1 pair that should come in your mind is going to be Sable. Like I said, guys, Sable has the highest rage skill damage in the game. Do not underestimate this hero. Even the awakening with just 100 additional damage factor, you can hit this 103 times. So technically speaking, you are getting an extra 300 damage factor with every rage skill. So you don't want to underestimate this hero. And when you add hero skill crits, things are going to be going down south for your enemies. So this is going to be the first pair. Her rage skill works just like the Infernal Flame. As soon as you get 3 normal attacks, it's going to hit someone 3 times over 3 seconds. So you have a very high chance of getting a crit on one of the hero skills. And thing is, she has a debuff. Her debuff is going to be 3 with every rage skill, which means when it comes to Fulgrim, you're going to trigger this skill number 4, Contract Killer, which says each time a hero skill inflicts a debuff effect in battle, so Fulgrim is going to hit his rage skill because he has a minus 20% march speed reduction. He's going to get 1 stack for this skill. And then Sable is going to come in with her rage skill, hit 3 times and give you 3 more stacks, making you max out this thing as fast as possible. 18% more damage and then 20% more damage for the penetrating bolt. So this would be the first pair you use with Fulgrim. It's going to be amazing. There are other awesome pairs that you can use as well. The second one that comes to mind is going to be Kinara. Kinara is going to be an excellent hero to use with Fulgrim. Another reason is you're going to get the Jaw Breaker, which is a defense break. And do you know what that means? It means you can take this crazy pet to the next level. I would suggest you get this pet to 3 stars and then you get the end of season skills. You will see how much DPS you do in the open field. Therefore, after Fulgrim and Sable, the next one I would consider is Fulgrim and Kinara. And then we have FALGRIM and Nico. With FALGRIM and Nico, I wouldn't recommend the Snowpeak Rock because you only have Nico to give you a defense break. And Nico only gets his defense break when he casts a rage skill. When it comes to the Snowpeak Rock, there is a trigger chance, which means there is a chance you could miss it if you're using it with Nico. Therefore, if you're using Nico as a deputy to FALGRIM, you're gonna need a different pet. You're gonna have to use this guy right here, aka the Shadow Manticore. We're gonna talk about this pet in a little bit. Other good pairs include any archer hero with skill damage. You can use Guanwin. Guanwin also has the Fervent Wind, which will get a critical from the skill crates of this archer hero. So that's going to be a good pair. Another good one is going to be Craig. Craig has an excellent rage skill. FALGRIM can take advantage of Craig in the open field. What are your other options? You have the likes of Husk. Oh, and don't forget Moose Young as well. You can put Moose Young behind FALGRIM and do some good damage. You have so many options to use. You can also throw in Magrat. You can throw in a Zeta as well and make things interesting for you. I don't know about Thea, but you can give it a shot. So this hero is going to be excellent. In my own opinion, I would recommend FALGRIM and Sybil. And guys, I think you should invest in these two heroes because they are going to be the ones who take down Magrat and Zeta in 1v1 fights. When it comes to open field, it's going to be a different situation because Magrat can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. However, if you're very good at using micro and you know how to move with your archers, I do believe you're going to get very good value out of these new archer heroes. The good thing is they should be able to destroy Magzay in a 1v1 situation. Up next, we're going to check out some Warpets that you can use with these two new pairings. The number one Warpet that comes to mind is going to be the Shadow Manticore. And on your Shadow Manticore, you're going to need the Pursuit Predation and the Track and Hunt. These two skills are going to give you 10% additional crit rate depending on the attributes of your Warpet. And when you got 10% crit rate from the pet skills, you can go to the talent tree and trigger the hero skill focus as well, giving you another 10% hero skill crit rate. Now you have 20% hero skill crit rate. You have FALGRIM who can do a rage skill. His rage skill is going to hit like 2 times, which means you can crit one of these two rage skill things very fast. And then when you look at Sybil, her rage skill hits like the Infernal Flame. So 653 times, you have a high chance of getting a critical on all of those hero skills. So this pet would be the first one that I use. The Pursuit Predation, the Track and Hunt, and you have the Universal Barbarism. This would be the ideal pet to use. Now, the Snowpeak Rock, I don't recommend it for these two pairings because you can only get a defense break once every 15 seconds with Sybil. Or if you go to Sybil control tree, you can get that defense break, but I don't think that is good enough. I think you're going to be better off with the Shadow Manticore. However, you can try the Snowpeak Rock if you want. That's going to be up to you. But this Snowpeak Rock will only work when you have Sybil with you or if you have Kinara. I don't recommend the Snowpeak Rock if you're using Nico as well. Not a very good option. So what else do we have here? Another option for you is going to be this lizard right here, the Sun Lizard. You can put the Sun Lizard, you build it with a fierce attack, something that looks like this. This should be a good one. Or something that looks like this. This could be a good way to go. Now, we all know that the devs are going to be releasing a brand new pet for this hero. So if you're smart, you should not go all in right now. Just save some stuff for the future. Because I have a good feeling they're going to bring a pet for this pairing. So that's going to be up to you. Invest at your own risk. Overall, number one pet to use is the Shadow Manticore. And then you can go the Snowpeak Rock, depending on who you pair up with your FALGRIM. You also have another option, which is the Sun Lizard. This should also work very well for you. When it comes to artifacts, there is one artifact that you need to use with this brand new hero. It is known as the Iron Tusk. It was built specifically for Mr. FALGRIM. So let's see what this artifact can do. If you get this artifact at just level 1, you already have 10% additional hero skill damage. That alone is a major win. Even if you cannot take it all the way up to level 5, this 10% is super awesome. You can also get a lot of damage from this artifact. I personally think it is the Mirage Orb for the archers, because this artifact is going to be the one that brings a lot of merits to this march as well. It should be doing a lot of damage. It can do damage to 5 targets over 3 seconds, which is very good. It is better than the Thunder Elegy that does damage to 5 targets over 5 seconds. This one is only 3 seconds. So you have the chance of maximizing the value of this artifact. It's going to be super cool. Now you have other options that you can use. You have the Rattle Spear if you're using defense break heroes. This should work well. Rattle Spear could be another option for you to try. You also have this Gilded Crossbow, depending on who you're pairing with the heroes. There are so many artifacts here. Let's be honest, guys. All of you guys know the Iron Tusk is the way to go. If you don't have it, you can use the good old Shadow Blade and you are good to go. The last section of the video will talk about the talent tree that you can use with these brand new heroes. So let's get right into it. So this is the skill talent tree. We haven't seen a skill talent tree on any archer hero before. It's going to stay pretty much the same with your mage talent tree, except you're going to make a few changes. Now Falgrim has a 10% march speed and Sibyl also has a 10% march speed, which means you should avoid this marksman march speed and instead take this fully loaded normal attack instead. So this is what I would take. You get this intimidation and then you come over here and you pick shower of blows. So this is what you're going to go with. Now when you come to the right hand side of the skill talent tree, you take this, you take that. You get the head held high, you get boiling blood. Boiling blood is going to work well with this skill, I believe, shower of blows, giving you extra hero skill damage for your deputy. And that's a good thing. Now the biggest change from the mages is going to be between these two skills. You have detached and then you have unquenchable will. So let's take a look at detached. This one is going to give you minus 4% normal attack and in return you're going to get 8% hero skill damage. I don't recommend this skill because archers have the highest physical attack in the game, which means their normal attack can do a lot of damage. You don't want to reduce that by 4%. And thing is, when you're using these two heroes, they depend on rage skills. You won't be able to cast your rage skill all the time. You will be depending on your normal attack. Therefore, you don't need to reduce it by 4%. Instead, you should take something else, like the unquenchable will. That is the way to go. And then get your hero skill focus of 10%. You combine it with the 10% from the pet skills, giving you 20% hero skill crit rate. And then you increase the crit damage by 15%. At the end, you're going to go with Thirst for Blood because you're not going to stay there for so long to like maximize this caged animal. With your archers, you need to move all the time. So Thirst for Blood is going to be the way to go. When you come to this side, I think we've talked about it. You get this too. Should be good. You can also take this one. It's going to be up to you. I'm not sure about this for Sibyl as a deputy, because she hits 3 times. So I don't know if this is going to boost all 3 hits. But yeah, one of these two is going to be excellent. This one and this one combined together to give you some good stuff. So this is the skill talent tree if you want to go with it, especially if you have a pet that looks like this. With these two skills, the skill talent tree would be the best way to go. The next talent tree we're going to have a look at is going to be the Marksman talent tree. And I have one right here. So the Marksman talent tree is going to allow you to cast your rage skill a little bit faster. However, you're going to miss out on the crit rate. That is the drawback that you get from using the Marksman talent tree. You cast your rage skill faster, but you miss out on a lot of crit rates. So let's see what you're going to get from this talent tree. As you can see here, this one looks great. I took this point fully loaded because you're going to get 10% from Falgrim and 10% from Sibyl. You don't need to take this anymore unless you want to synchronize your march speed with your other marches. You get this, and then all the way over here you need the Delight. Increases rage accumulation speed by 15% when your legion's unit count is over 50%. So this skill will allow you to cast your rage skill maybe 1 or 2 seconds earlier in comparison to the, I think, skill talent tree. So it's pretty good. When you go to the next point, you have two very good options. You can go with harvest, or you can take the radical. One of these two is going to be excellent. Me personally, I prefer radical because of 3% additional damage dealt. This is pretty good. It should influence your artifacts, your rage skill, your normal attack, your counter attack, a lot of good stuff. So I think it's great. At the end, you're gonna go with burst shot. You get this damage right away. This hero depends on rage skill. So this skill right here can be okay, but you won't have time to cast this rage skill because you're gonna be moving a lot with your archers. You have a medium range. You won't really take advantage of pursuit. So I think the burst shot is the way to go. And then from the skill tree, you go all the way up to here. You grab the boiling blood, and the 1 point that is left, you can put it somewhere. It's going to be up to you now. So this would be another talent tree to consider for these heroes. Now this talent tree doesn't have any crit rate. On the contrary, you can still use this pet as well. The one that I showed you earlier. You will only have 10% crit rate, but you will have faster rage generations. I think that can work as well. So it's going to be up to you right now. Both talent tree branches are going to be very useful for different situations. We're going to have to test and see which one is at the top. Now to summarize everything, I personally think these new archers are going to be super awesome. They are going to be very good in 1v1 situations. However, Magrat and Zeta will be the one to bring a lot of merits because of the nature of the open field fight. You need a hero that can do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. That is something Magrat and Zeta are very good at doing. Now with these archer heroes, if you're very skillful, if you know how to move in and cast your rage skill, then you're going to get very good value out of them. Me personally, I'm going to be maxing them both because I want a hero who can deal with Magrat and Zeta. And these two new archers are the solution. And with the new season, you can force someone to fight you in 1v1 situations, and these archers are the best at killing everything. I think they will be able to destroy a lot of garrisons as well. So you guys better look out for that. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new, subscribe for more content. Until then, talk to you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.